Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. Before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to my guy Woozy for letting me hop on his account to get this Pink Diamond J.R. Smith gameplay. Now, I want to clarify, to get Pink Diamond J.R. Smith, it is not easy at all. It is super difficult to get this card, and not only is it difficult, it is super expensive to get this card. You have to lock in for Sam Jones, Marcus Camby, Middleton, Detlef Schrempf, and Josh Smith. Definitely over 1 mil MT, probably closer to that 1.5 million MT mark, all to get Pink Diamond J.R. Smith. Looking at Pink Diamond J.R. Smith here, 6'6", 220 pounds, 96 3-ball, 96 driving dunk, 86 ball handle, 89 steal, 88 perimeter defense, 90 speed, 86 speed of ball, wish I was a little bit higher, a 90 acceleration, 95 vertical, as well as a 92 lateral quickness. Tendency wise, it does come with a 95 driving dunk tendency, which is absolutely insane, as well as decent defensive tendencies. Now, it does have an 81 hard foul tendency, which does scare me quite a bit. 8 Hall of Fame badges: relentless finisher, contact finisher, fast break finisher, showtime, flexible release, range extender, Tyler shooter, and volume shooter. 20 gold badges: catch and shoot, corner specialist, clamps, interceptor, off ball pass, tireless defender, downhill, quick first step, tight handles, unpluckable, and hot start, with the 5 silver badges, including pick dodgers. I'm gonna go over badges I wish that J.R. Smith could have: dimer, pickpocket, heart crusher, intimidator. Even a simple badge like consistent finisher is a good badge. I don't even think that's applicable, but pro touch, giant slayer, slithery finisher, bailout, handles for days, needle threader, space creator, stop and go, clutch shooter, dead eye, green machine, hot zone hunter, slippery off ball. All of these badges are badges I wish J.R. Smith had. He can only get 5 of all of those badges. So to say J.R. Smith is a complete player isn't true. He misses a ton of badges, but still, nonetheless, he is one of the top cards in the game. The first thing I noticed with J.R. Smith is the fact that he does have hot spots from every place behind the arc. And if you guys remember, J.R. Smith has always had bad dribble sticks, but he does have the Pro 3 behind the back, which obviously is super good. He comes with a decent release. Now, I don't know if I love it, off the first couple shots. I'll be able to tell here pretty soon, okay, JR's release is fire. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. J.R. Smith does have an absolutely butter release. It feels very smooth, very easy to green as well. No doubt about it. J.R. Smith's release is fire. That's one thing that I will say right away that I noticed about JR. His release is absolute butter. It's very quick, which you're starting to see a lot of guys with that quick release timing. Like this Tracy McGrady that we have doesn't have the quick release timing, and that's very noticeable. Whereas this JR, I think he does. His release is super quick, and most of the time when I miss with JR, you're gonna see it appear slightly late. So just kind of some things to notice with J.R. Smith. Obviously, I wish he had some of the badges. He's missing some key badges, and once you badge him out, he is going to be even better. But let's see how he moves in that half court type of a setting. Same dribble six as John Stockton. Okay, that's not terrible. I mean, it's not great, obviously, by any means, but it's something that you can really work with. So let's just kind of see the dunk package we do have from J.R. Smith. You guys saw the first one. And I feel like JR is going to be, obviously, the thing I love about him most is his ability to knock down shots at a high clip and attack the basket. Hopping into the game, we're up against Baron Davis, free agent, Klay Thompson, Giannis, Boris Diaw, and Big Cat. But this is really my first test with J.R. Smith. I cannot tell you how excited I am to use J.R. Smith. Do I think he's the best card in the game? Absolutely not. But that doesn't take away the fact that I am excited to use the card. The one thing I will say is his release is so quick. First shot obviously was slightly late, and that's something I'm just gonna have to get used to, his quick release. I'm not used to it yet, and I'll be able to get used to it, but the first shot is a slightly late from JR. And I need to remember he also does have half range, so the hot spots and stuff don't matter as much. And wow, JR on offense is going to be a problem. Come here, JR. And that's the thing, I gotta be able to green those shots consistently with JR, because that's a good shot. JR's not showing me much on defense so far, but he is showing me something on the offensive end, which is more important anyways. Come here. Chill out, JR. Straight arm for what? It's alright, it's green, right? It's gotta be green. That's gotta be green. There it is, J.R. Smith with a green light there. I don't know how the first one wasn't green. Should have been. Got a straight arm for literally no reason. Where's JR? Find him. Get those puppies in order. J.R. Smith from Midi. He has got to be getting close to takeover. Good. Oh, yeah. Look at the bump steals from everybody. Over to JR. Nobody's guarding him. JR from deep gets it to go. You guys can't see. He's got sharp takeover in the first quarter. Don't throw that. Look at Oh, that's got to be me. On the defensive end, J.R. Smith is not going to be that great. He's just truly, he's going to be okay, but just there, I feel like there's a limit to how good they can make a card. And this early on, how good can you make a card that is this good on offense? JR from deep, I shot it lightly. That is so tough. That's fine. I got other guys on the court. That's a good thing, right? I got other guys that can make plays on the court. That's the great thing about having a guy like JR. I don't got to do it all through him. So I sent him on a nice back cut. Yep, over to Giannis. Don't think I won't green with Giannis. Quals tomorrow. I got to get right. Giannis from the corner. I swear, I was going to say, my team is trying to sell me right now. Up to JR. Is that too deep for you?
No.
That's a dumb question, Ty. Nothing's too deep for J.R. Smith with his Hall of Fame range. Don't double team me. Just please don't double team me. That's all I ask. We know he's got Hall of Fame showtime. Look at J.R. Smith attacking the hoop. Can you come here and set... Another showtime dunk for J.R. Smith. If you want to play screens like that, that is fine. But my team is going to have takeover soon enough. Don't. Yes, sir. We're there. Look at Giannis. Over to JR. JR, stopping. Pass faking. I didn't green it. Oh, no. Back to him. Oh, don't jump. Don't jump. Don't jump at JR. He's got another three ball up to 24 points in the quarter. Oh, outside hand. Good, Giannis. Run, JR. We're fine. Run, JR. Run, JR. That's all right. Get it up to Giannis. Hey. Giannis to end the quarter. Can't get it to go. We go up 9 points heading into the second. Great defense. Run, JR. Get it to him. Attack the middle. Oh, yeah. Little snatch. Little snatch for little J.R. Smith with another green light. Let's try this. I'm going to try something here. Don't jump. Stop jumping at JR, man. It's never going to end well. You have to stop jumping at my mans because it's not going to ever end well. J.R. Smith has 30 on 15 shots. Oh, that's a great look. That's a great look. Uh-oh, he missed. You guys know who's getting the ball. That's a kill. I got to be able to green shots with JR, but it's just simply not mattering right now. J.R. Smith is putting on a show. He's got sharp takeover. Uh-oh. That's not my bump? That's me. You are throwing scaries right now. You are throwing scaries right... No chance. He's got Hall of Fame range and takeover. Why am I getting double teamed? Why am I getting double teamed? For what? Back to JR. JR from deep. Can't get it to go. I thought he might be able to knock that one down within a catch and shoot situation. Just a little too deep for my man's board. I need a board out of y'all, man. Board. Thank you, Giannis. Up to JR. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Crab from deep. Just a little too deep, man. I can't green right there for it with J.R. Smith. On next gen, that would be green. I swear every single time. Great defense. I love it, Blake. Run. Run. JR, just spot up somewhere for me. Just spot up. Hey. Hey, there it is. Green. I'm selling now with JR. There it is. Finally. Takeover leaves. I green. That's so weird. I didn't green a shot with takeover with JR. But once he lost it, I was greening everything. He shot that with Giannis. Run. Up to JR. We're stopping on the break. We're popping on the break. We're greening on the break with J.R. Smith. Up to JR. Chill. Chill. Look at the attention I'm getting right now. Like, I just want y'all to see it. Like, I want y'all to see the attention right now that J.R. Smith is getting on a consistent basis. Chief Jet, man, you had to have had enough at this point. In just one half of Unlimited, we saw JR's offensive capabilities. Let's see him on display in Triple Threat Online. Hopping into a gameplay, we're up against Lauri Markkanen, Corey Maggette, and Dennis Smith Jr. J626728. I feel bad for you. And the reason I feel bad is not only because he's got a bad team, because I got J.R. Smith. Like, what is he supposed to do with his team up against J.R. Smith, who I shoot more slightly lates with than anybody in the world? Just don't. Just man. Hey, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you to quit the game, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be a rough game.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
You're going to sit paint? That's not a smart decision. I'm late again. I see it. I got to green that, though, with JR. Come on, JR. You got to be able to defend. Thank you, JR. Got to be able to defend. Uh-oh. Chill. Late again. He's green. Like, he's getting green animations even when I white, so that's a great sign, but I've got to be able to green with JR. All right, he's got takeover now. Now we're trying to get glitchy with you, JR. Chill. I'm late again. Oh my. All right, I promise you on this possession, I will not shoot it slightly late with J.R. Smith. I promise you. So one thing I'm not going to do is shoot it slightly late. I'll shoot it slightly early. I don't really care. Very early. But I will not shoot it slightly late. Can you set me a good screen, Blake? This Corey Maggette is dogging JR right now. Early? Okay, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I'm going to not shoot it slightly late there. Just to see my adjustment and where I need to be at. Yes, sir. JR. Uh-oh. Chill. Peek.
Peekaboo.
Pow. There we go. J.R. Smith greening that shot right there. And that's what I'm looking for right there out of JR. Defensively, he's going to be able to get it done at a decent rate. But offensively, he better be the best or second best player on the court. J.R. Smith whites another shot to end the game. Looking at the final box score, JR had all 21 of my points and was 7 of 8 from 3, although I only greened 2 or 3 shots. I have to admit that this Pink Diamond J.R. Smith is a better card than I thought he would be. His offensive ability is absolutely second to none in this game. Now, with all of that being said, do I think he is better than, let's say, a badged out Grant Hill? This is tough because the thing about Grant Hill is a complete defensive player. Grant Hill can get way more badges. Just look at the badges. Grant Hill badged out can get way more badges than J.R. Smith. So that's the tough part I have when you compare those two cards, or even like a J.R. Smith to a Pink Diamond Cam Reddish. Do I think J.R. Smith is a top 3 shooting guard in the game? Absolutely. Do I think he's worth locking in? Absolutely not. How do I think he compares to Cam Reddish? I think they are pretty similar. The thing about Cam Reddish that I like is Cam Reddish's badges in all total are a lot better than J.R. Smith's. But, you know, J.R. does give you the Hall of Fame range and some other stuff. So it's all preference based. In my opinion, J.R. Smith is definitely a top 3 shooting guard in the game. Probably definitely top 2. But after that, I don't really know. It just depends on what your kind of philosophy is when you play the game. No doubt about it, DBG is going to rank J.R. Smith as his best shooting guard in the game. Maybe in the defensive head and badge head that I am. It just depends a little bit for me. But no doubt about it, J.R. Smith is super solid. Definitely not worth locking in the MT4. But if you do, you guys will love this card, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Comment down below. Do you guys think J.R. Smith is the top shooting guard in the game? Let me know, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.